Hey, yo, this is my second time ever listening to this dude, and it's my second reaction for him, and I was really a fan of the first one, so I'm excited to get to this one. Roll it. Now, as always, whenever it's not new music, these videos are requests that come from Patreon. And today's Patreon request for, I want to say it's Raleigh Ritchie is how it's pronounced. This one comes from Tyler Cordell. Tyler, I appreciate your longtime support and your membership over there on Patreon, especially being at the tier that allows you to get a video in. Anybody that knows anything about the channel knows that I am specifically full-time able to do this on YouTube, like 95% because of people on Patreon. So if you're someone who wants to say that you have a bigger hand in the channel than what you normally would just on YouTube, consider joining the Patreon or joining the Twitch and subscribing or donating over there. Both ways, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody who supports the channel and supports these endeavors that I go on monetarily, because I can only do this because of y'all. But anyway, like I said, I'm excited to get into this one. We got, like I said, I think it's Raleigh Ritchie, Time in a Tree. Let's get it.
I just want time in a tree. I need a place just for me, somewhere that I can be free. Keep the faith and just be what you
I guess rules are there to break.
Time in a tree, and he's holding, I think it's a bonsai that he's holding. Yo, a real bonsai tree, by the way, mad expensive, if you don't know. Like, mad expensive.
I guess rules are there to break, but I'll make mistakes like they were handed on a plate.
Is he from Britain? I don't know where he's from, but the way he said handed, like that little accent on there makes me think he's not from the United States.
But I'll make mistakes like they were handed on a plate. When I try to leave, sometimes I'm standing in the way. I'm on the edge of crying all the time, cause I can't human right what they say.
Yeah, definitely not. He's probably British, but the line that stood out to me right there is when he said, when I try to leave, sometimes I'm standing in the way, like on my own. I'm self-destructive to the point where like I'm the thing that's stopping me from getting to the next position or getting to the person I want to be. I'm the only thing in my way, you know? And he said, I'm on the edge of crying all the time because I can't human right. Like you would think human rights, like the phrase, but he can't be what society like wants him to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't human right. Like I can't do this thing that you and I call being a human. Like I can't function in society in the right way. I can't do human rights, so I'm always on the verge of crying. Just the way that's said, I can't human right. That's fire.
What they say, I get wound up from the ground up, and I don't know why.
So clean, the production.
Drown the noise out, swallow up, don't cry. Got an anxious heart and it's still made, can't take paper or heartbreak. Did Billy Joel have self-esteem? Maybe Vienna wouldn't wait for me.
Bro, just his lyrics and the melody and the singing and what he's saying, really. Like basically he's in his own head. Like I get wound up from the ground up, and I don't know why I do this. Instead of trying to fix it, I just turn the sound up to drown out all the noise instead of going directly at and trying to fix whatever the issue is. So dope, yo. And the lyricism is just so dope, yo. I got an anxious heart and it's stone made. Like it's made out, like my heart is made out of stone. But just the way he flips it and says it like that. He flips it and says it like that to rhyme the next line where he says it can't take paper. Like my heart is made of stone, and even though it's made of stone and you can't penetrate it, it still can't take paper. Like rock, paper, scissors. Paper beats rock, and it can't take heartbreak. Like it's still a fragile thing even though it's made out of stone. And I wonder if Billy Joel also had self-esteem issues, and I don't think Vienna is gonna wait for me, which is like a bar because obviously Billy Joel wrote the track Vienna. It's a dope ass hook, yo. Just like the feeling of internal struggle and struggling with confidence, and the world's going by around him, but he's in his own head. Like so tight.
Can't take paper or heartbreak.
Did Billy Joel have self-esteem? Maybe Vienna wouldn't wait for me. Clean.
I just want time in a tree. I need a
Listen to that production, yo. Just the string that comes across. I just want time in a tree. I just want to be at peace. I want to be alone in solitude to myself and just peaceful. But I can't because my thoughts and like my self-esteem issues, they're always in my head. So dope. But just that string note after like the beat drops in and it's just that long string note. It's fire.
one time in a tree.
Clean, bro.
I need a place just for me, somewhere that I can be free. Keep the faith and just be
And just like the sentiment of the song, I just want time in a tree somewhere where I can go and be at peace. But even if he goes to the tree, like he's not at peace in his mind and his heart, so it doesn't really matter where he goes. It's dope. There's just something so unorthodox about his sound that makes it very unique, yo. It's fire.
Would you be?
Do you ever feel like you could live a real life like everybody else in the real world? You could be a real girl, you could be a wizard, you could be.
Yo, do you ever feel like you could live just a normal real life like everybody else in the world? Or do you feel like me, where I don't feel like I'm capable of human right? Or do you feel like you could be a real girl like Pinocchio, like you'll be a real boy? Or that you could be a wizard, which are obviously fantasies and cartoon?
You could be a real girl, you could be a wizard, you could be an asset, you could write fiction, you could tame raptors. Most days I struggle, I get snappy. Fuck all that, I just wanna be happy. Swimming against the current.
Oh.
Can you show me your warrant? Honestly, I'm a bum.
Oh. There's always moments in tracks, like anytime I get a request, there's always that thought in my mind, like, why did this person request this track specifically? And I feel like obviously he's a good artist. You know, I like this song. This is 2 for 2 for me so far that I've heard, and I don't want to listen to more of him because if I want to react, I want to be able to do it for the first time. The reactor's like dilemma, you know? But there's always that moment where I'm like, oh, this is why they wanted me to react. This is why Tyler, this is why he was like, yo, this would be a dope track because I want to see his facial reaction when the beat switches up. And we go just from that very like serene, like blissfulness, and then we get into like that more aggressive hip hop sound, you know? Clean, bro. That was fire. But just the way that he goes off into fantasy land, like a real girl, Pinocchio and wizard, like Harry Potter, like fuck all that. Like I don't care about any of that. All I want to do is be happy. My dream is just to get to a normal level of happiness. It's so melancholic.
Fuck all that, I just wanna be happy. Swimming against the current. Am I wrong? Can you show me your warrant? Honestly, I'm a barring. I'm on it, I get it, I've got it. I wanna be 10 again, just me and Sonic and nobody telling me.
Hold up, is that him? For sure that's him. Like this is him, like his internal struggle on the left side. And this is him struggling like with everybody wanting him and wanting the demand. Do they even care about him really? Or do they only care about the money that they can make off of him? He should be happy in this moment, but he's not, you know?
I'm a barring, I'm on it, I get it, I've got it. I wanna be 10 again, just me and Sonic and nobody telling me I should be more than I am. Back when I planned,
I just want time in.
Bro, I just want the most important line right there when he's like getting like bombarded by everybody. And like, just like I said, like this should be a happy moment, but it's not. Right when he's getting bombarded by everybody, he's like, I just want to be a 10 again with Sonic, like Sonic the Hedgehog on my Game Gear. Like that's all that I cared about in that moment. There was no expectation of not living up to the person that I should be, quote unquote. Like back then, nobody was telling me I should be more than who I am. I was who I was, and I just want to be who I am. I shouldn't be more than who I am because who I am is who I should be.
I just want time in a tree. I need a place just for me. Somewhere that
Oh, wait, hold up. Are we going like, we're obviously going up in this elevator. Are we going up at the different ages that he is? Because I'm gonna go all the way to the beginning just to see real quick where we're at. So we obviously had the pull back. We were on floor 0, and then we come to floor 1. If I'm correct, I think that this is like him as a kid at 1 year old, and there was nothing, he didn't even know who he was. None of us do at that age. That's 1 year old, and that's him looking back at that memory. So we have him at 1 year old there, and then we pull back, and here we have him now at 7 years old with all the other 7-year-olds. I guess this elevator is just a symbolic representation of his mind.
tree. I need a place just.
Look. And then as the kids come out at 7 years old and they grow up to be 14-year-old, he stays in there. He stays in there because at this point, his mental state or he hasn't progressed in the way that he quote unquote should. So now a 14-year-old him is walking through the door with the 7-year-old kid that's still there. And I don't know if this is an exact interpretation, but this is the way that I'm taking it. And then we have him here, and then we pull back.
do you ever feel like
And then now he's alone as a 14-year-old self one more time. And then we pull back out.
most days I struggle, I get snappy. Fuck.
Now here we have as a 21-year-old, and I assume this is when he got signed, but he's still trying to, from 14 forward, he doesn't know who he is. Or he just wishes that he could be as happy as all the other kids. See, because here he is walking in at 21 years old. And he's happy. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting all this attention from label execs. They want to sign me, they want to give me money, but then it overwhelms him. And then this is when he screams and he can't take it, and then the record label execs, they walk away. I'm assuming he didn't sign the deal, and he didn't get the lucrative signing bonus and didn't become the artist that we know that he could become, you know?
I can be free.
I'm assuming that I'm correct in the way that I'm interpreting this music video. I'm not sure. Someone tell me in the comments if you've heard this song, if you've seen this video, let me know. Also, I don't know who this dude is that's walking out.
I've seen things that I never should have seen. Said too many things I didn't mean. Hurt myself too many times to count. I need to let it out and just release.
See, just like this mental, like burdening himself with what he said and seen the things that he's seen and said the things he shouldn't have said. And now that's on his mind. Like, what ifs? Like, I shouldn't have said those things. Would my life have been different had I acted at this at these pivotal fork in the road moments of my life? I took this direction. Who's to say it's the wrong direction? No one really knows. But now he's not as happy as he thinks that he could have been had he gone the other way. So he's seen things, he said things and seen things that, you know, he can't go back now. All I want to do is just get out of my head and just release. And then on the release, like the production comes up, like the cymbal, yo, so clean. Like the cymbal sounds like a release happening as he says it.
Need to let it out and just release. Been lying to myself too long. Been trying by myself too long. I can't relax.
Like, nah, bro.
I'm too distracted.
Look. He's holding himself back at this 14-year-old. Like, bro, this is future me coming back to you and saying, don't make that decision. This video is crazy good. This video adds so much to the song. The song is good, but the video is just like adding a whole nother level, yo.
I can't hide it. I'm needy, greedy. Love me, feed me, let's be a family. It'll take a village to make a man of me.
Let's make a family. It'll take a village to make a man of me. Like it takes a village to raise a child. Yo, just look at this moment right here. This moment reminds me of, it has nothing to do with the song, or it's a separate moment that has nothing to do with this, like the lyrics of the song. But it reminds me when Robin Williams, R.I.P., is hugging what's his name, and or he's saying it's not your fault. In like over and over in Good Will Hunting. That's the moment that I have right here.
Let's be a family. It'll take a village to make a man of me.
Bro.
So why couldn't you love me? So lonely.
I just want time in a tree.
Yo. This song and this video are moving. Like he wanted to hold him, but he knows he can't. He knows he has to let him go and let past him make the decisions that he's gonna make, no matter how much he doesn't want them to make them. You can't go back and change time. Like you can't tell him, stay here, don't like change the path. That's why they didn't talk to each other. It's just like, damn, let me hold you in this moment because the path that you're going on is what's gonna lead you to who I am now. It's crazy.
Need a place just for me, somewhere that I can be free. Keep the faith and just be what you'll be.
And then at the end right there, he had like the elevator sign went to infinity. Like, am I gonna feel like this forever? You know? Damn. This video is wild, son. This song, holy hell. So, 2 for 2. The first song that I did by him was cool, it was dope, but this one right here, now I know why it has 9 million views. This whole thing is moving. Such a simple music video, a simple concept. It's a good way to visually bring like moving, like going back in your past thoughts, like a good way to visually bring that into a music video, to make it like, to make an abstract concept as like going back in memory and going back in time to make it read really well visually. Like such a good implementation of that. And then on top of that, the lyrics are like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be the person that y'all want me to be. I just want to be who I want to be, and I don't even know who that is, and I'm 28 years old, you know? Fire, yo. I'm emotionally moved right now. Tyler, amazing request, my guy. Amazing. But yo, that brings us to the end of this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what you see, please consider liking the video, leaving a comment down below. If you like what you see enough, please consider subscribing. Long form breakdowns, commentary, thoughts, analytical feedback, music video feedback. That's how we get down around here. So if that's your vibe, hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell. But other than that, follow all the socials, ladies and gentlemen. All these links are in the description below. And I appreciate everybody's time. And like I always say at the end of all of my videos, go out there in the world, love and care for one another, love and care for each other. And I'll catch everybody on the next video. Peace.